Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 15 in our Oxygen Not Included Redux series. We are still working on building our base here on Gurgani, but I wanted to set up a little fish area before all this liquid got pumped out, because I have fish down here that are going to quickly run out of space to exist, and I wanted to get these eggs moved somewhere where they could be handled. So basically each time they lay an egg, I'm just grabbing them, putting them. It gets put into this dispenser, dropped off here. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with those eggshells, but for now, sitting there will be fine. So basically, the way this works is I have a critter sensor here that senses two critters. If there's less than two Paku in here, then it opens this bunker door so that the egg that's sitting here as it hatches falls down into here. Once I have two, it closes this door, and then any eggs that hatch work their way over here and drop into this tank. I have this takes any Paku eggs, fry eggs, and puts them up here. Just goes from here straight up to here. Everything else gets sent out to our main storage. There is algae in the fish feeder so that the fish can eat, which makes them stay happy and all that. For now, I have this full because I left it at 200 when I built it by accident. But once it gets down below 2 kilograms, it will just take 2 kilograms out of this storage bin and put it in here. And it only happens once a day because this is disabled, except for 30 seconds once a day. Hopefully that'll all work out. I'm still waiting to do some testing with it, and we'll see. But basically the idea is that because these eggs will go into this container when I already have 2 breeders in here, I should get an excess of eggs, and this tank will slowly fill up with Pakus. And since the Pakus in this tank will lay 1 egg in their lifetime before they pass, I should very quickly end up getting an excess amount of fish to cook. And then later on, once I set up the shovels on this side of the colonies, I will use the fish and the meat from the Pakus to make barbecue and cooked fish, and then I will use the gas range to turn that into surf and turf. That's the plan. Other things I've done so far. I'm still waiting for them to finish this little bit of construction, but I changed this up so that polluted water gets pumped out of here. It goes into the farms first. Whenever the farms get full, then any excess gets pumped out through here down into our storage system for water. Eventually we won't be getting water from down here, and then that means that this polluted water, will get shipped off to our main colony, except for when this is empty. The idea is to make it so that this section doesn't overfill and spill out, because when this was down here, wasn't a problem, spilled out, we could handle it, but I don't want it to keep doing that. And this is all temporary. I'm going to end up moving all this stuff anyway, but that's what I'm trying to do. At the same time, I am working up here to... Oh, I got some people stuck. No wonder they're making messes and things. Make that priority 9 so they come and fix it. I'm getting ready to build our base up here. We're going to have beds, and then we'll put in a plumbed bathroom, and we'll put in a dining hall with a deep freezer for the food. And that's all we're going to have up there. And then we're going to work on atmo-suit docks, and we're going to put in a permanent storage room down here by the supply teleporter output. But all slowly getting built. This right now is our primary focus because I want to make sure that food is good for many, many cycles to come. I finished a few more things here on our fish system here. I added in another sweeper up here. It can reach to this chute and down here. And then it can also reach to each of these loaders. One of them ships everything except for eggs out. The other one ships eggs up here. So this one, see, that's going to be a problem. I wanted it to pick up the eggs from here and put it up to there. But, so that way if I needed eggs from down here to repopulate here, it would work. But that is not going to work because it'll keep picking up the eggs from up here. So we'll just turn this off for now. But so basically now our eggshells from when the eggs hatch in both of these places can go in here. Also the food under edible, the pacu fillets will get picked up and shipped out to our storage so that our duplicates can grab them from up there. I wanted to make it so that nobody ever had to come in here. Eventually this is going to run out of algae, and I'll have to address that, but that'll last for a while because I'm only putting 10 kilograms per cycle into the fish feeder, which is enough to get these guys to get the 8 from feeder buff, which is minus 20 wildness per cycle, which means that they're about to become tame. That one is, the other one's right here. He is not getting it, but I think I just need one in here anyway. We'll see. I may need to make some changes to the system, tweaking everything, but we're now that we have that all closed up so that they can't get in there to mess with it, we're just going to let it run, and we'll see what happens with it. This area is mostly cleared out. I don't know why they're not building this. I guess probably because they have other higher priority things to do. But that's fine. This will get finished soon. This is set up, so I have a sensor here that is, if it's sensing that it's not oxygen, it runs the gas pump. And so we're slowly getting all these gases filtered out. I'm going to set this to high priority because I need that door there so that we're not getting gas escaping. I'm not sure what will happen with these airflow tiles when I put the airflow tiles there, if they're going to replace the drywall. So I want to see. We may have to. Yeah, that's a problem. Which means that we're going to have to do something else there. I guess we can use the second one of these doors and leave it open, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. But we're still trying to figure out all the little kinks in the system. I think if I put an airlock there, it'll block the air from escaping. And then if I leave it open, it'll let air flow out, but nobody will be able to get through. I can remove this ladder to make sure. And then that'll work. Because I just want gases that get up to the top of the map to work their way over into this gas pump. That's my goal. So let's see what happens when I do that. I guess it doesn't matter if they can get through there. I just want to make sure that the gases can get through here. So let's open this. Suppress that power symbol. And this one too. I just want this to be a room so that it counts as a barracks. Okay, so we're going to let them finish making this room here, and then we'll move all of our duplicate sleeping quarters up to here, and then we'll work on moving the rest of these rooms down here as well. I was messing around up here trying to figure out a way to do this, and clearly it is possible to put an airflow tile and a drywall in the same spot. I don't know how I did it. I don't know if that was just bugged out or what. But every time I try to replace it, if I put an airflow tile over a drywall, it replaces the drywall. I don't know how to make it so that it does both, which is what I want. I want airflow tile so it lets air go through, but not out. So if anybody knows, leave me a comment. But for now, I'm putting this door back so that I don't have air escaping. But I'm ready to get rid of the bedroom down here so that I can have everybody move up there. Assuming... Let's see. He's finishing up that door. Is this going to be a barracks now? Originally, I made it too tall. There we go. Alright, cool. So once I deconstruct all these beds, or all these cots, they should move up here. Next thing I need to do is get rid of these airflow tiles here. I need to put in a layer of them 3 blocks down. And then we're going to put a door here, a door here. And then this is where we're going to put our plumbed bathroom. That'll be our next thing to do. I had a little bit of issues where I messed up my plumbing, so it's running low on the food here. It's fine. We'll make it through. We're actually starting to get some cooked seafood in, which is pretty cool. So this system is working. I decided to change this to just one. So once one of these dies off, it won't put another egg in here until the other one's gone. I still think that'll be plenty to keep our seafood up because we're already getting plenty of paku in here. But when there's one in here and he eats regularly, they produce an egg every 2 cycles because they do 67% per cycle. So that means 5 is when they start eating. It takes 5 cycles for them to become a tame adult, and then every 2 cycles after that until they turn 25, they lay an egg, which means I'll get 6 or 7 eggs from just one of them, which every time one of them lands in here, these will continue to produce an egg so that this population stays steady. So this is just in here to increase the population here, and this one will constantly provide us with food. But I don't need to grow the population super quick. I just need to be able to have a way to add to it. So that's all good. We are gonna... We got food being made. Oh yeah, we're already up to 42,000. They must have just harvested my bog jellies. Yeah, so it caught up. The problem that I had is I made it so that when I had the overflow going out, it went out really quickly, and then I didn't have enough here to keep this fed. So now I have polluted water going in here from our overflow tank. And so it will keep this stocked, which means it has enough to keep this going. And I'm also connecting this geyser to the system to add more polluted water to it. So I need to get this up. I need to get that power line connected. And then I think that's it. Oh, no, we still have this down here that needs to be done to run that into the... So basically that polluted water is coming down here. It's going to run in through the filter. It'll fill this up so that this tank can keep this filled, and excess will go off to the main colony. I don't know why... Why is this not running? The problem with this water in here? Oh, because this is set to go to let it in. Oh no. Let's set this at 100. For some reason it's not letting me pump water out. Oh, it's because I have salt water and brine in here. It's getting mixed up. It's fine. It'll be fine. So I'll set this at... Let's just actually set this at... If it's above 0, meaning any liquid is in there. And everything will work itself out in the end. Which means we have water flow again. Which means that this will get dumped in. Okay, so back here. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is get our... I'm going to have to put this here, that's fine. Is get my bathroom up and running, and that will let us get rid of the one down here. And then we'll work on the mess hall after that. I decided to really take this to another level. Instead of trying to figure out how to make sure I keep water here and dealing with sieving water and all that on this side of our colony, I am pulling water in from the main colony. Since I'm sending all of my polluted water out, I can clean it over there and send it back out. So I have a pipe coming up here to our bathroom from there. We're getting the bathroom built. So once this is built, we'll have a way for water to get up to here from there. We have to send this pipe down to empty out. So what we'll do is we'll just go like this. And then I'm going to do a priority pipe and go like that. That way we have priority on the polluted water coming from the bathroom. And right now it's backed up, but once we have all of this out, that'll change. But I think I'm still going to put in a priority line system here. So let's do this. Get rid of this. And then I'll set up the same thing here to make it so this is priority over the water coming from down here. Because I'm not in a hurry to get rid of any of this. But I do want to get the water coming out of this geyser and out of our bathroom, more importantly. On the main colony, I put in another pump. I'm finishing up some pipes to come up from here. And then that's coming down this way. Let's make this priority 7. And then we got to go all the way across to here to get a pipe for the water to go into here, which is all fine. It will take it a little while to do it, but it will get done. So once all this is built and all that's built, this bathroom will be set up to work. Let's set these sinks to be all facing the right direction. We're going to suppress this. We're going to not let people out, but they can come in this way. I think is how I'm going to do it. For now. I'll probably seal this all up once I'm done. So yeah, once this is all set up and all the pipes are connected and I have water flowing correctly, then I will deconstruct the outhouses down here. Then the next thing we need to work on is building our dining hall with food storage underneath here. So we're making good progress. I had some issues when I moved the Paku Fry little swimming pool over, because I had it here, but then this auto sweeper could not reach down here. And when I put this tile in to shift it over, I have some Pakus that are stuck inside this block. Problem is that when they die, the food is landing here. So I changed this up for the moment so that my duplicates can get in here to grab the Paku fillets that land on top of here. And then I'll seal it back up once it's done. But you can kind of see they're flopping around in there. I only have a few left in there, I think. Just the one, maybe. Then we have a bunch in this side. One thing I'm having an issue with is that I'm not sure if I like the way this sweeper works, because it has to go all the way around to morning for this stuff to get picked up. But I guess once I only have one fish in here, that's not going to be an issue. In fact, one of them passed, so let's look. he's not crowded anymore, even though there is an egg in here. That's one of the other reasons I was changing this from 2 to 1. When there was 2 Paku and then a fry egg in here, those 3 made this room crowded, which I did not want. Now he's fine, so the 1 that's in here will be alright. And as soon as this goes over to the green, in fact, let's reset it right now so we can watch it. This will fill up his food, then it'll reach down here and it'll grab all these things, and it has enough time to get the egg out before this shuts off again. In fact, it has just enough time to restock the fish feeder. So now, he ate from the feeder. There's still food left, so he'll probably eat it again. We may need to change the amount that's in here. Let's change this to 5. And that means he's happy. His wildness is going down. And so it's fine, even though there's an egg in there for most of the day. And then that egg gets put up here before anything becomes a problem. What is going on up here? Oh, we cracked into here. Okay, that's fine, as long as it doesn't go into my fish farm. Okay, that's good. Alright, so let's check out... I want to fix this part here. I want to put another bridge like this. And the way that this should work is this will come up around to here. And this one coming from our geyser and our bathroom will go to here, meaning that that will go first. It's kind of janky wiring there, but that's fine. Eventually, the bottom part of this will be gone because this will all be emptied out. But though every time I think that, I work on a new area and have more liquids that are spilling into it. But that's fine. We'll get it cleaned out eventually. So let me make sure this is working before I move on. So yeah, this is flowing now because this pipe's not finished. As soon as they finish this pipe, we should see the bottom one stop and this pipe go back to working. Are you going to finish that pipe so I can see it? I got people watching here, buddy. This should be set to sweep only. Wonder how long they've been picking up ice and putting it back in there. Okay, so this is now flowing correctly. This one goes first, and it's not until this is empty that this one goes, which means that the polluted water coming from our geyser is getting in there. Let's finish. Now, it'll finish this in due course. But that means polluted water coming out of our bathroom will get to here. It'll take priority over this water, and it'll come down here. And then it will take priority over this water and go in here. And it will go up to the filter. It will try to put it in here. And if this is full, it'll go off to the other colony. So it'll add to the water that we use for our crops. And if not, it'll go out to get processed into water. Regular water will come in through here. It'll go in and it'll fill up the water we need here. I probably will branch this pipe off also to keep this water full so we have a fresh water supply here on Gurgani. But we're not going to do that just yet. One thing at a time. This one should be set to that. And then now we just got to get these toilets working and plumbed, and then we are good to go. Got all of our pipes connected, so now we have water coming in from the main colony. Keep our bathroom stocked. Polluted water's going out. It's coming down, getting handled just exactly how we want it to. When it gets down here, it'll take priority, and it'll get processed out. And we are still slowly processing liquids from down here, but only when there is no other liquids to... Let me run this one up. I know it's going past this drain, but this drain is blocked anyway, so that'll just go past, and it'll get processed through with the rest of the liquids. But so yeah, we're only processing this liquid when we have nothing else to process from the other lines. We're keeping all of our crops going. Our fish are still working their way ahead. I don't know why we still have so many on this side. But eventually these will be fine. In here we have just the one, and he's a tiny baby, but that's enough to turn this off. So it's going to take 5 cycles before he is able to make eggs. But he's able to eat now. So by the time he's able to becomes an adult, he will have become tamed. Because it's 20% or minus 15% per cycle. So it's 6.5 cycles. Okay, so it'll take a little bit longer, but he'll be tamed pretty quickly, and we'll actually get a decent amount of eggs from him without using a lot of algae. And that'll keep going to fill this up. Nice thing is that I don't have any way to add more algae, so all this algae will get turned into pacus eventually, and then the system will stop making more paku, which is fine, because I don't want to make so many that we're not able to handle them. So I did get rid of the bathroom down here, and now we can see all of these are open, ready to go. So people have a bathroom right near their bedroom. Perfect. Next thing we want to work on putting in is our blast chiller for our food. And I'm trying to think how I want to do it. I need 10 mess tables in our great hall. And 10 is all I need, because I'm going to bring 10 colonists into this colony and then I'm done. I'm not going to have any more. So I'm probably going to mess around with the layout for a little bit and then figure out exactly where to fit everything else for the blast chiller. Just want to show you what I am working out here. First of all, I found enough space to put in 10 mess tables. And then if I finish this room off, this will make a great hall. Because great hall is minimum 32, which it'll be fine. Max 120. It needs a decor item, and it needs to have a recreational building, which is the water cooler, and statue makes the decor item. So this we can disable. There we go. Great hall. Over here is where I'm going to be putting the blast chiller. So what I did is I made a little tiny liquid lock real quick here. I'm pumping all the gas out of here. I have a conveyor rail to a chute here. Once I get this all vacuumed out, I'm going to close it up. Then we're going to put on is it under consumable or yeah, bleach stone in here. We'll set it to allow manual use, so one of my duplicates can bring it up, load in bleach stone, and that'll get dropped in here. It'll off gas, and it will fill that room with chlorine. I have some pipes already going in here. Oh, I actually want these out of gold. Glad I noticed that. Once that's all done, then we can pull this lock out. We can put in our auto sweeper, put in our fridges, and we can set it up same as we have before, where our food gets dropped off in here, and then it gets put in the fridges 1 kilogram at a time. People can come in and grab their food, eat their dinner. Then all we have to do is put in a chamber to cool off this section right here, which is not hard. We've built it many times. We know how to do it. Will not be a difficult thing to do. I'm sure some of you probably noticed, but when I built this room, I left airflow tiles at the top. So this mini gas pump was going to pump forever. But as soon as I fixed it, it emptied pretty quickly. So we're going to pull that pump out. We're going to put an insulated tile here. And then that means once this is in, I can remove these tiles and this one to get this liquid lock gone, because all I need a vacuum right now is this right here. So I think I'm going to put the bleach stone in before I remove any of that, just in case I mess this up. So it's under consumable ore. I want bleach stone. I want to set this to allow manual use, and let's set it to priority 9. That means somebody should be bringing me bleach stone. Oh, I need power. Perfect. It actually put chlorine in this room too, which is not a big deal. Let's remove this tile, and this tile. And then we're going to mop up these two. This should continue to off-gas until it gets to pressure, because there's nothing else in the way. But you can see, maybe you can't see, but you can see it's chlorine there. We're just going to let that go while we're working on the rest, and then we'll be able to set it up to remove it using the sweeper. Actually, you know, I want to see, before I do that, this sweeper, if I put it here, cannot reach into that room, but if I put it here, it can. So let's put it right there. That's perfect. Actually, you know what? Let's try. I put it one more over. This is kind of hard to see, but okay. So if I put it here, it can still fit there, which means I can put this here. Because we want one here to unload anything other than the food that's supposed to be in here, so that if we do get anything like rot piles or anything, they get moved out, or anything else. This can be deleted. We're going to make this rest of this room insulated tiles as well, because I don't want that chill going into our base that's going to be in here from all of our food. We can get rid of this tile. I need to run the power line one more over this way. And so once this is filled with chlorine and we finish getting the chill chamber set up, then we can use the sweeper and this conveyor loader to pull the bleach stone back out and send it back to the main storage. So in order to do that, I think for now I'm just going to put it like this and put a drop chute. I will run the rest of it later once I have this all figured out. This part here can be gone. Alright, so this is at almost 2 kilograms of chlorine, which means that the bleach stone is no longer emitting anything because it is over pressure. So all we need to do is get this built, and then I can set this to everything and we'll pull all these items out of here. Let's get rid of that extra power line there. Now, the big issue before we can put in steam turbine setup is that this is not going to produce enough steam to self-power itself. And my power setup is very inadequate right now. I have power, but it's barely able to keep up with everything I'm trying to do. So I think what I need to do is increase the size of our power setup. And what I want to do is set that up in a more permanent spot. I think I'm going to do the power up here in the top so that I can connect it right to this side, which is where our main grid lines are going to be. I think that's a good idea. And then I can put all my stables here. Yeah, so let's do some clearing out up here. Means we need to... How do I want to do this? Do I want to come in from this side? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that, that. And since we have a lot of people that are idle, it shouldn't take long for them to get up here and build this next section of ceiling for us. Okay, so I'll come back once I have this all built and we can start working on putting in our power station first. I want to have power working so I can start laying out grid lines to get power over here rather than having a big mesh of wires going all over the place. Took a good minute, but we have finished the seal up here at the top of the map. There's the last few tiles here, and no more gas will be escaping. There's a little bit up here that I didn't deal with. We'll get up there once we have atmo-suits. But I want to get power going so that we can power our suits, we can power our chiller. Power is the #1 priority. So I'm going to move the petroleum generators up here and put them in a sealed room so that we can capture the gas from them. Because right now we just have that gas filtering its way down. And we'll leave this here for now where it's producing ethanol and we'll run it up here. So I think we're just going to do 4 petroleum generators. And then we'll put a little chamber underneath it to collect the polluted water. And we'll dump that back down into here for now. And then we can use this room to expand our ethanol distilling, and we'll start working on putting in a power grid over here. I made this space over here. Let's see if I did this correctly. I made it so that there's enough space for us to put 4 across like that. That means that we can do on each level of this space, if we need to, we can run 4 power lines over. I don't think we're going to need anything like that, but we have enough space to do it, so we can move all that through here. So we're going to get the power plant built up here, and we're going to clear out this whole section so we can get it set up so that we can just run power wherever we need it to. And then once that's done, we'll run power across to the base area, and we'll get our blast chiller running and set up our atmo-suits. And then this section will be finished, because that's all I need, is the beds, bathroom, a mess table area, or great hall, and atmo-suit dock so that they can come through. I may move it around later, but for now I want to get it set up so that that's how they are, so that we can get our food storage going and get our lubricants coming out in atmo-suits. And then that will be a big improvement here. We can start adding more things into this colony. I have made a decision to demolish this anti-entropy thermonullifier. So I just wanted to show you that. Normally I wouldn't demolish something that's on the map, but I'm definitely not going to use it. I don't have a hydrogen source on this map, at least not anything good. It's not really that valuable to me, so I'm getting rid of it. I just wanted you to know before I did it. I have set up my petroleum generators here. I have an area here where the polluted water will work its way down into here. I'll have a pump to pump it out. I'm debating how I want to do I think I'm actually going to cancel this. I'll put it like that, and then I'll have automation. Put the hydrosensor right here. That looks like it'll work good. because then I can connect it like this. And then this will only pump out when this gets filled, meaning that these tiles are starting to overflow, which means I'll definitely keep up with space for it. And then we'll vent all that polluted water down to our section down here, and then the excess will get sent off to the main colony. As far as the power goes, I just ran power up this way. I'm going to put in a battery box up here at the top. And then I'm going to have a coolant system right here. And then that'll cool this area, it'll cool the battery box, and it'll cool this whole side of the map for the grid. It's going to be the last thing I do because I'm not incredibly worried about the coolant yet. Gotta dig that out so he can get out. Washington is stuck. And then I have the heavy watt wire going the whole way down. So now I can build power transformers on any level that I want. Pretty decent. Let's do, while that's doing, let's lay out the plumbing for this. Right now I have it all going to here. So I'm going to go like this up. And then we're going to bring this all the way to the top. We'll go across like this. And then we'll come in to our petroleum generators. That's solid. Okay. And then I just need to put some batteries in. For now, I think what I'm going to do... Let me think how I want to do this. This is the level that it would be. So if I put... Let's actually do it. Smart batteries made out of steel. Well, I'm running low on steel. I need to go get some from the main colony. Manufactured material. Send me some steel. I have 37 tons here, so that's not a problem. So I'm going to put... Let me think. I do it there, and then I do it there, and there? That's too much. We'll just do 3 layers. I don't want them out of gold. I just wanted to figure out the layers. So steel. Okay. So then we're going to do airflow tiles like so. And then we'll put that there. Of course, the autosave always comes in right while I'm trying to build stuff. So basically, I'm just going to build a 3-level battery box up here. I'll add batteries to it as I get more steel. And we will get it all finished up. I'm not going to worry about sealing it up yet. We will eventually do that so that we can get it cooled. But for now, it's going to be like that. And then like this. I'll probably even cram 1 battery in there, because why not? And so what we need to do is connect this to here. And that should be good. And then we can run an automation wire from one of these batteries, run it across like this, down to the petroleum generators. Okay, so once we get all that built up, system will run and we'll have power coming out into this heavy watt wire. We can start running power off to other parts of our base. We have finished the basics of the power plant. Still a lot of things I'm going to have to change, but it's up and running for now. So we have ethanol getting pumped up from our tanks down here. And it's going into here. The automation is running when the battery runs out of power until it gets up to 90%. Currently, it's just kind of sitting idle because I don't have anywhere for the power to go. After I put this in, I was kind of thinking I could do this over here. It would work, but I think I want to move it over here to keep it in line with this one. The gas pump, we're going to set up the same way we have on the main colony, where it only pulls out carbon dioxide when we get to 2 kilograms, because I want this to overpressurize with gas so that we're not off-gassing polluted oxygen. The polluted water is only going to pump out when we go above 900 kilograms. For now, I just have it dumping right here. We will run it into our system then. I just wanted to get everything up and running. The only power that's connected is power to this liquid pump, and this gas pump is on the main line, which is why I don't want it here. I was thinking that would be alright, but the other thing is this stuck out a little bit, so I had to go out another block. So I decided if I'm going to be going out another block anyway, might as well just remove these tiles, put the gas pump right up here, and put my automation there, and then we'll be fine. So everything is running here now so that we can get a pretty solid amount of power. I just need to start running power over to our main base and getting that stuff set up. Our fish farm is working pretty well. Right now, I don't have any fish in here because the one I had laid its last egg and then croaked. So now I have an egg up here that's incubating. Once that incubates, it'll fall in here. It'll become my next breeder. And then this will close again. We have a solid amount of pacus in here. Wish there was a way I could see the total number of them easily, but I can't. But we're getting some food from that. It's getting eaten up as quick as we're making it at this moment, but we're definitely getting food from it. These pacu here should be laying eggs before they pass, and keeping this population up. We'll keep an eye on that to make sure that it's doing that. As far as adding in our blast chiller and our airlock system over here, we're going to have to wait to do that to the next episode, because frankly it is almost 4 in the morning and we're already pushing time on this episode, so I'm going to have to call it for today. We'll work on more the next time. And there we go, perfect. And we'll get the power all running. We'll get everything finished on this colony. My goal for the next episode is to have this all finished so that we have this set up so that our duplicates can come out with atmo-suits on and do all their work. I want to have this running. I want to have the shovels running. And I want to start making surf and turf. That's my goal for the next episode. But we're going to have to call it for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed watching this episode, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.